Dave's got the coaching shirt on today.
He's got the coaching. That's funny.
All right, come on.
I got the hangout. Got it, Dave. I got the hangout. Orange is the day.
All right, so while we're doing effective tie downs, we look for the motivation, pain, and time frame of the seller, correct? Correct. Okay. We're also looking for, what else? The Ford principle. Does everybody remember what the Ford principle is? Actually, we'll start with you guys first. What is that? Occupation. Recreation and dreams. Okay. Family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. Put in with the pain and motivation. We'll give you that yes. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a quick scenario. Okay? And I want you to effectively give me a tie down. And then what we're going to do is everybody on Workplace Live that you can leave some comments if you have the ability to do that? Okay. Okay, so Eric, I'm moving to North Carolina. No, I'm going to give you each a different one. I'm moving to North Carolina for a job. I want to get as much money out of my property as possible, and I have been trying to sell my property for the past 6 months, and I've had no offers, no real offers. So give me a tie down on that and transition into the transfer without an ISA yet.
All right, Dave, so based on what you're telling me, if there was a way for you to, net the most out of your property in the quickest time frame to get down to North Carolina for your job, you gotta get there quick. I mean, that's a conversation you wanna know about, right?
Awesome. Same scenario, but I want to hear a little bit more excitement.
Okay. So Dave, I mean, if there was a way to get that best price possible for the property so that you could move fairly quickly so you can get down to North Carolina for that job, I mean, that's something worth knowing about, right?
Yep. Okay. Now, keep in mind that you want to make sure it's you have so much enthusiasm behind it that I don't have any other reason but to say yes. Okay? Baruch.
It was NC pulled it up.
I don't know, you tell me. Were we working on active listening?
No, I asked you if we were gonna have the same scenario, so I wasn't listening.
Yeah,
I know that. I know what I said.
Okay. So, based off of what you said, if you're really serious about, moving to North Carolina for that job, I'm pretty sure you'd agree that this is a conversation we're having, right?
Awesome. That was great. Good job. Well done. Sam,
I even bring
come on,
up
please.
pain though,
Right.
about being on the market for 6 months.
Yep, I agree.
Okay, now in the hot seat itself, I need one more.
Any other feedback you want me to give?
That's just
Yeah, come on up,
so
Jim.
far.
Now I do my hot seats a little differently. I like to interrupt people and jump from person to person. The reason I do that is because I expect you to be able to pick up just like that, okay? All right, so what we're gonna do is, you can actually sit down for a minute.
I think what could be added to that is just that instead of just
So at any time
hey,
during the
enthusiasm,
pitch, I can stop
the
and
matter
say,
of fact of saying like,
Dwayne, pick up. And he should be able to pick up immediately
this
from
makes
wherever
sense
they're
though,
talking to you. Go right
if
into
you're
it,
gonna, like,
okay?
making it more matter of fact rather than just enthusiasm, like.
Mike, you wanna be the home seller? Sure. Okay, so we're gonna start with you, Eric, okay? If anybody hears anything wrong,
I don't know how
my
best to word
expectation
that,
is raise your hand, we'll stop them. We'll solidify what they were doing
but
wrong.
more confidently,
And
this
start over
is
to
you
you
again,
again.
we're
Perfect practice doesn't make perfect, perfect practice makes perfect with everything that we do.
more in a matter of fact saying like, in matter of fact language,
So,
like,
go ahead, Eric.
kind of like in a way of saying you're crazy not
In
to
the
have a
front.
conversation with the situation you're in, you know,
We'll get all four of you. You guys wanna back up a little bit?
in better language.
Front and center. Can we see them all?
Isaiah's got like M. Night Shyamalan over here trying to film this.
All right, and scene.
looking to speak to the property owner of 123 Main.
Yeah, this is what you want.
I was just looking online and curious if you'd sold that property.
No, we haven't sold it. Why, you wanna buy it?
That was a great question, sir. Does that mean it's not contracted with an agent or on the MLS at all?
Are you an agent or something?
That's another great question, sir. I just want to be clear. Are you contracted with an agent with this property here?
No, I'm not.
Okay, beautiful. Well, real quick, let me tell you why I'm calling. My company Advantage U is a home seller's resource. We put together a professional network of folks that track that.
Yeah, I don't really have time for this. I gotta get to the vets.
And I totally understand that, sir. Like I said, but I'm just looking online here at the property. I was just curious as to why you're trying to sell in the first place there.
Well, we're just downsizing. The kids are going to college.
Okay, kids going to college, downsizing a little bit. Ideally, do you have a time frame when you're trying to get this sold by here?
As soon as possible.
As soon as
Why, you got a buyer for me?
That's another great question. And if there was a way to get that sold now for the right price, is that a conversation worth having right there?
Okay, I want you to incorporate one pain, one motivation into the tie-down, okay? Because you gave me there's no urgency behind what you did on your tie-down right there, okay? So, let's start back over with the tie-down. Give me a pain,
I
a
heard a
motivation.
lot of other stuff wrong with that.
The property owner of 123 Main.
This is,
I was just looking online, sir. I was just curious to see if you ended up selling that property at all.
no, I haven't sold it yet. Brew picked up.
So, are you on the MLS or contracted with an agent I should speak to about it, or is it through you?
Are you an agent?
No, I'm not an agent, are you with an agent already, or? on
Make
the
sure you're
MLS?
not answering that, okay? Parrot that. Am I an agent? That's a great question. Let me tell you why I'm calling. Okay? It's very difficult not to answer them. As soon as you start answering questions, you give control to the seller.
Okay.
Okay? All right, so let's start over right from the beginning, Drew.
Yeah, I was looking to speak with the property owner of 123 Main Street.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, I was looking to speak, see if the property was actually sold or is still available.
Oh, I know it's still available. Talk to my brother, John.
Okay, is he the property owner?
John, the thin. Jonathan,
Yeah.
let's pay attention here.
Sir.
I'm using you.
Okay.
Hey Jonathan, are you the property owner of 123 Main Street?
Yeah, I am.
Great, so my name's Sarah. I was just looking to see if you actually on the MLS or with an agent I should speak to, or is it through you?
Why, are you looking to buy a property right now?
That's a great question. Are you on the MLS or with an agent I should speak to about it, or?
Not anymore. Wait a minute, I'm confused. Why are you calling me if you're not an agent?
Another great question. Let me tell you why I'm calling. My company Advantage U, we're actually a for sale by owner resource. And basically we put together a really professional network. And it's simply to help attract the right qualified buyer. Make sure you're not leaving any money on the table with that. I mean,
So how much does that cost then?
Oh, it's free. So I was actually looking online at the property. I mean, it's a beautiful place. Why did you want to sell it?
We're not sure if we're gonna sell it anymore. This was a while ago that we put it up, I think like last year maybe.
Okay, so you were selling it at one point and you just decided to take it down, or?
Yeah, I had an offer for a job, didn't really pan out, so, we pulled it and, sort of where I'm at right now again, but,
Okay.
yeah.
Sorry to hear that. I mean, what was the job, if you don't mind me asking?
I was gonna go be a software engineer over at YouTube.
Okay, cool. So, I mean,
Yeah, I definitely was looking to get as much money out of the house as I could, figured, seemed like a good time last year, but, yeah, that didn't pan out, so yeah, I'm still here.
of course, so you said you were looking to be a software engineer.
Why?
Right there, just go for the tie-down.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you here. I'm gonna stop you
I
here.
wanted to get some more discovery, but I just.
Has he been around long? He's been around a while, right?
He actually does really well. I'm
Yeah.
surprised
He
he's
was,
getting stuff.
Yeah, but he's
he was on the
reading.
BDS
He's
side
doing a
for
lot-
a while.
he's doing a
I
lot
think
of
he just came over to the SB controls, but then came over
He's
here.
getting like 15, he's getting,
What's his
he's doing
motivation?
well though.
Yeah.
He's getting a lot of live transfers. I think
Okay,
he's just a
so I
little
want you to incorporate that, get the effective tie-down. Okay?
Cause he trained with me
So let's
before
try to
he
do
came
a
over
tie-down.
here and he sounded
It is
good on the phone when I was
main
training.
motivation.
Even though we saw some mistakes, I don't know what his name is, the guy on the left.
You know,
What I
Jonathan,
liked
I'm
was
really
his
sorry.
assertiveness.
Yeah.
I like the
I
assertiveness,
just
go
didn't
back
like how
in,
fast he
kept going
talked,
back
it
in.
sounded like a sales
He
pitch.
probably needs to do it a little bit more relaxed,
Get
but
out to that place.
Yeah.
you can't teach that. That's the part you can't teach.
That's right. You know, something that you want to know about, right?
You mean right amount of money, like, you're not gonna try to lowball me with offers, right? Cause I did run into that before, and then it was just.
Ron's a little long.
I'm gonna show it to you. Then you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Right then, after his statement right there, you should have came with the tie down, because you had everything you needed for the fact the tie down and motivation.
Yeah,
So what should I say at that point when you said that?
Go right.
I just said the time.
Let's give him an example, because he did do a tie-down, Okay, at that point, as soon as you did that tie down, you should have immediately went for that transfer to your ISX. Okay, the more you talk, the more likely
I
you're
didn't
gonna
even
hang
have
up.
one either. I just heard him bring up the job, and that's like the worst thing you can do.
He asked the question that he asked, then the judge say, you know what, this is a great question.
Great question.
It's,
Let me bring my regional specialist on the line, and they can answer that more in detail for you.
Remember what I tell everybody, when they come back to you after you do the tie down, you get that yes from them, and you go for that live transfer, because that's what we go for, the live transfer on everything. Listen, that's
The other thing I don't like
a
about
good
this
question,
training,
I can give you a good
he's
answer. but you
blocked
deserve
off
it.
the
One
people
second, let me
behind
get
him.
my regional specialist on the phone,
Like the way he's got them standing,
from there,
like.
okay?
And a lot of times that's in your workflow, it's a really good.
You don't know if
Well,
they're
the
talking to
the
each other.
other people are blocked off.
Like I already have the button, I'm already typing in the number.
Oh, I see.
If you're not
You get what I'm saying? The people behind them are
Yeah,
blocked.
so
Yeah.
you wanna make sure that the tie down is more matter of fact, Isaiah just said. So what does he mean by more matter of fact, Wayne? Or Mark?
Something language.
Perfect, exactly. You wanna assume the deal is automatically done, okay? And the confidence behind your voice will transmit to what you want them to do, okay? You wanna lead them down the path.
Talk like you already have the
Okay, 'cause
appointment.
remember, these people have no idea really why you're calling and who you are and what you're doing. All right, so let's do the tie down, Eric, and transfer to, Samantha.
So you want to do, start from the tie down here?
Yep.
Okay. And I'll talk to Sean first.
Okay, correct.
All right, Sean, so based on what you're telling me, I know I am sorry to hear about that job situation that happened, but if it was a way to net the most out of your property, you know, so you can get where you gotta go, I mean, that's a conversation you wanna have, right?
There we go.
Perfect.
Great, so what I can do for you, John, I have a regional specialist that's really good
Let's
in
say
that
Ron
Rochester
said
area.
perfect.
I'm gonna have you have a two-minute conversation, so you're gonna wanna get her on the line, okay?
No, I really gotta go right now, I'm sorry.
And I totally understand, like I said, this is just a resource here, sir.
Hold on, sir, why, are you okay? You're talking really fast, I can barely understand you.
I'm sorry about that.
Are you okay?
This is a area.
No,
Just
yeah.
a 5-minute conversation, just to put in your back pocket, just in case things do fall.
Is there, I mean, can we do this later?
We could, I could set you up for an appointment later, but do you have a good email I can say, I can just throw you some information?
Sure.
Send you-
Making this
send
up,
those to-
yahoo.com.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, mornings, evenings good for you to give a call?
I work, you know, probably same hours you do, right, 8 to 5.
Sometime around 5 o'clock's good then?
Yeah.
Perfect, I'll put that in the schedule, her name's gonna be Samantha, so we can reach out to you then, okay, buddy?
Okay, so I'm just gonna stop you right there. So when you were doing
I just don't
your
like the
transfer,
sales language.
you were
It
kind
sounds like a
of,
sales pitch.
I wouldn't say.
Right, but I like how he-
appointment,
he set the appointment, like he wasn't-
Language, like
Yeah,
you
but
said.
he should have.
I can say,
At least a couple
what I'd
more
like
times
to do
Oh, yeah.
is
before he set the
get you
appointment.
over to.
Right, and he's gotta use the guy's name, not
Give
my
them the
name.
option to say
Yeah.
no, like Jonathan just did, versus, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get you in contact with my regional specialist, 1 second, I'm gonna get them on the phone.
Don't
Okay,
ask.
the confidence behind your voice and assuming that the appointment's already going to be transferred
Perfect.
will make a difference in your appointments.
Actually, Peru had a really good suggestion within the prompt.
Okay.
It's in regards to sort of how to handle that when you're sort of mid-transfer, want to talk to them about it?
Yeah, so when they declined that, like, and it's never failed at all, so they'll be like, oh, I don't have any time.
He used to
Okay,
have
so you know what?
these
I'm not going to
employees
use
go out on the workplace right now and
Jonathan's
start
actually the one that's gonna be calling you back, my director. So let me just get him on the line, I'm gonna introduce you, and then I'll let him know you gotta go and talk to him. So they'll, in their heads, they'll think like, okay, so he's just gonna introduce me because he's the one that's gonna be calling me back, not me.
Hey, introduce, I wonder who
So
taught
I'm
him
still
that.
trying to get that transfer in every single time. They'll-
He was just like, Haru, tell everybody what you do that's been working
Just be careful
all
on
the
that.
time. And then he starts talking about saying, introduce you to my partner. I taught him that before I left.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I-
Because what happens is automatically when they go over to them, they're just gonna give them a ration of you know what, just get them off the phone.
So
Okay.
just off the that part of, what I'll do is create a sense of urgency. I'll introduce them, tell them what the main motivation is, time frame, and I'll let them know that he has to go. So just, you know, tell them what you gotta tell them, you know, on the line. And
Yeah.
they'll keep up with that urgency.
Great. Okay, so let's do the transfer over to Samantha. Tell her about the pain, the motivation, and the reason behind what they're doing.
All right, yeah, I got 5 minutes for it.
Beautiful.
Real quick, does everybody have Workplace on their phone right now? If you have Workplace on your phone right now, can we start commenting on this as a group in Workplace? All your input matters. So, run it from the side up.
Right. Alright, so based on what you're telling me, John, if there was a way to get this property sold for the most amount of money, I am sorry about that job, but if there was a way to get it sold for the most amount of money, that's something you want to have a conversation about, right?
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get my regional specials on the line and see if we can't make that happen for you, okay, just hang on. Ring.
Hello, this is Samantha.
Hey Sam, I got John on the phone, he's got a beautiful property there in Rochester, he tried to sell it about a year ago. Seemed like he was getting some lowball offers, he did have a job situation that he was planning on moving. The job fell through, unfortunately, so he is trying to get the most out of his property, so I figured I'd get him over to you to see if we can't, get him where he needs to go, okay?
All right, thank you.
You got it.
He's not getting the offers he wants, he
Good.
needs, whatever.
Good. So it looks like you were thinking about selling this property again, right?
It's a conversation, I mean, not actively, I mean, it was
Okay.
like last year, I think that I was really looking to sell, and like the other guy had said, had the job fall through, but, I don't know, he said the right offer, so I'm not really sure what that means to y'all, but I'm willing to talk, I guess.
Okay. I just want to confirm, you're not on MLS or listed with an agent right now, though, right?
No. I mean, well, actually, now that you mention it, my sister did just get a real estate license, so.
Oh, she just got it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. She started it at all yet, or listed any properties yet?
No, I mean, it was like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay, okay.
Pretty
Yeah,
good.
this wasn't even on my radar when she got it, so that tells you sort of how fresh this is in my head.
Right. So it shows that it was expired, so you did have an agent you were listed with before?
Yeah, the guy that sold me the property in the first place.
He gave you any feedback behind himself?
No, that's why, no, it's not really,
No. Okay. Well, John, I do want to just, let you know that I'm not an agent, okay? I don't even represent specific agents. My company is
Here's
Advantage,
her
we're a
tone.
home sellers resource, and we just, we qualify, we help you get connected with qualified buyers pretty much, okay?
What's a home sellers, what's that mean?
We're a free home sellers resource, so we're here to help sellers get connected with the right qualified buyers,
Okay.
okay? So I know you said you were listed, you didn't give me much feedback.
Connect with the right qualified
No,
buyer.
if you got that right off the
Almost
now,
sounds like
that's
you're gonna
something you
get in
obviously
touch
are
with the
wanting to think
buyer.
about, so you can become an aggressive seller again, right?
Now, you guys can make like an offer now?
No, I'm not a buyer, so like I said, I'm not an agent, not a buyer, I don't even represent specific agents. Actually, what I do is I work with the MLS and I get the stats and ratings of like every agent, we find that top 1% agent, and we connect sellers for a free non-committal consultation. So it helps
How
on
does
a
it
few
work with
platforms,
MLS?
obviously, if you're trying to list with an agent with a
I
proven
don't know where that
background
came from.
and, proven track record. But it also helps if you need information to see if you want to start selling again in this market. The market's high right now, so it's a great demand for inventory, and I know you're trying to make the most out of your properties, what Eric told me, right?
Well, yeah, so they're gonna bring buyers, so that agent's gonna bring buyers to my house to buy the property?
Well, most agents do have anywhere from 2 to 8 buyers in their portfolio working with them at a time, but it doesn't mean they're just gonna bring a buyer right away. They're gonna have to come meet with you, talk to you about your property, see if you guys can get on the same page on how much you wanna sell it for and if they can even do it. Our agents don't really just list to list, they list to sell, especially for the amount you want. So I know the job didn't work out, right? And now you're just looking to what, just sell for the most money? Are you staying in the area?
I had it, that's the thing, is like I'm still working where I was working last year, so I'd have to go, find a new place to live.
Okay, is it contingent on you selling this one first?
Yeah, I mean, this is right.
She could have transferred that a little while ago.
Okay, alright, so, right now,
Again,
because
over
the
talking.
market is so high, you will hopefully be able to make just the most money possible.
I
You
think
know,
it's the
on
most
this property.
common thing I
Yeah.
hear is
So,
over talking.
Based on just what you told me, you wanna make the most
Take
out
a
of the
shot
property,
and then
the job
talk
didn't work
more
out.
if you can.
I would like to get you in contact with Dave Brewer, he's the top agent in your area. I wanna just have you guys build some dialogue, see if he can get you, to that right mindset to see if you can sell for the right amount of money. Alright, give me 1 second.
Yeah, I wanna talk to my wife about it first.
Alright, that's perfect. When are you guys together?
Usually in the mornings.
Mornings? So what I can do, since your wife isn't with you now, right?
No.
Okay. What I'll do is I can set it for tomorrow morning at 8 unless 10 is better. That way you guys can sit down and talk to Dave together.
Yeah, I don't know, I don't think I'm interested, cause I don't really know who you guys are, and I've never met this agent.
No, and I understand, but that's why we're here. We talk to hundreds of sellers a day, and a lot of them get with agents that don't know what they're doing. We only work with the best of the best. So if you're wanting information to see if it's the best time for you to start selling again, because you're trying to make the most money out of your property, then this is the guy you want to talk to. So I can have him stop by tomorrow at 8 unless 10 is better to speak to you and your wife.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay, perfect. So I know your name is John, right? And I got your email. So I'll have him set you at what time? 8 or 10? I need to get that.
10 o'clock would be good.
10 o'clock. Cool. So I'll set it for 10. John will stop by. I'll shoot you out an email with his info. And I just ask, when you're speaking to him, keep open minded working with him. Okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Thank you.
All right, good job, Sam. Sometimes when you're on these calls, you have to, when people are really nervous about meeting somebody, it's a hard pill to swallow when you're trying to set an appointment with somebody that, they're just talking to you for the first time on the phone, and meeting an agent that they have no idea who they're talking about, okay? So you have to make sure that you solidify the fact that this is a no obligation appointment, okay? Sometimes you have to get into that, to make people feel more comfortable with what they're doing and what they're gonna be moving forward with, okay? So Haru, let's do a transfer to Dwayne.
Do we use like discovery
We got 5
meeting
minutes.
language,
And then-
it's a
and then-
non-committal discovery meeting, just to see what makes sense?
Get some feedback from everybody.
Hey, Dwayne, I've got John on the line. He's actually looking to move out of Rochester. He has some lowball offers on the table, so he wasn't able to get it.
Ow!
But,
You know what's funny, I had a customer say that to me on the phone yesterday, she literally said lowball offers, and I had to mute my mic, because I started laughing, and I just thought of you.
Hi, John, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, Dwayne, how are you?
I'm doing well.
He said to me,
Hey,
"Did you get low ball? So none of them were acceptable?" No.
Unless you direct any of my questions to me.
No, that's what I told the other guy.
That's actually how
Good man.
I don't represent a specific agent. My company is Advantage U, and we specialize in helping sellers like yourself whose properties on the market before, that didn't sell for whatever reason. Attract that right qualified buyer. John, are you aware you're on the market right now?
Ryan sad.
A little bit I am.
What's
Ryan commented, no tie downs makes Ryan sad.
But I figured I was gonna sell this one on my own because I got a pretty good grasp on how Zillow works.
Okay, so you sold the property about 3 months ago, so you got a pretty good grasp, and you are aware that it is a great time to sell. Well, with you moving out of Rochester, where you headed?
Well, we're going to North Carolina. My son's going to UNC.
That's exciting. What
Starts
brings
in
you there?
September. My son's going to school.
School? Okay, nice. Okay, so, he's heading to school. Is there a specific time frame when he has to be there? Is he starting in September, or?
Yeah, he starts in September, and I'd like to be down there before that because honestly, I don't trust him being by himself.
That makes sense, get him, eased in there before the actual semester starts.
So with that information right here, I do a quick recap and then tie down.
But did you get any offers on the ones on the market?
Yeah,
He's already got it. School year starts. He knows that he doesn't want to be there, he doesn't want him there a day without him,
We wanna be here to help you
I just
now.
want to do it on my own because I think the same thing's gonna
See,
happen.
now he came up with an objection because he kept going.
Yeah.
Listed and left it, and you didn't get any feedback. So I mean, John, if there was a way, to make the numbers work for you in this transaction, so you could get to, NC sooner rather than later, get the balls rolling before semester starts, alleviate the hassle of dealing with an agent that's gonna list it and leave it, and ultimately get the most out of this property, that would be a conversation worth having, right?
Well, yeah, but what is your agent gonna do for me that I can't do myself?
That's a great question, and based on what you told me, I want to get you in touch with our listing professional, because he actually specializes in situations just like yours. That way you can build some dialogue and see what he's actually gonna do different from the last agent that you actually worked with.
Transform.
His name is John Modine. He specializes in your area. Give me one moment, I'll get him on the line.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dwayne, I don't have time to talk to him right now. I'm heading out to do some school shopping with my son. I'll tell you what, just tell him to bring me a buyer and I'll pay him 3%.
School shopping with the son, I can respect that. Real quick, before I let you go, you mentioned the 3%, it sounds like you're trying to save on commissions, is that right?
Well, yeah, don't we all nowadays?
Absolutely. So I mean, if there was a way to get the property sold sooner rather than later, that way you can net what you needed to net out of the property regardless of any commissions or fees, that would be a conversation worth having, right?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna get John Modine on the line, give me one moment.
Okay. Awesome.
I think he did really good. I like the language a lot more, like, it's an appointment that the agent would want to take versus has to take, you know?
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, the guy selling the property
I can't hear you, I'm sorry.
programs that he has. you already mentioned you want to focus on my own, right?
Yeah.
I suppose Wayne can do.
DWAYNE, I think.
AIN, I think.
YNE or?
I think he's A.
That works, Wayne. I might have had it wrong.
I think.
I think he spells it with a Y.
It is. It is.
Right.
Marsh was right.
Big deal. Mark's always right.
I just don't copy out of
Okay, so let's get some Q and A real quick. We got, right, how long do we got? We got 5 minutes. Okay, let's get some Q and A out. Okay, perfect.
Wake up.
Thank you for, entertaining that. So, here's the thing. There's key elements that we do throughout the process, okay? Our activities plus our skills equals results, okay? What are some activities that we do throughout the day? Come on, you guys. What are activities that we do? Calls. Call time, right? These are activities. Talk to agents. Stand up, because it's 80% what? And 20% what? Man, you guys are awake today? Come on, give yourself a clap. Let's do it.
Stand them up. Stand them up.
80-20 rule. So we got the activities. What are some skills that we work on throughout the day? Your objections, knee jerks, tie downs. Those are some major skills that we work on, okay? So if you put your activities and those skills together, it's gonna equal the result. Does that make sense? Okay, all right. Frank, you got anything for us? Mike? Okay.
A question was just posed in the workplace. What is the number one pain of a for sale by owner?
unqualified.
Marketing and.
Okay. Okay. Is it time on your
Yeah,
hands?
they don't know that though.
Nobody knows.
No, I mean, this percent minor doesn't know that they're big pains in the marketing.
Anybody else?
The highest possible
Yeah.
price will
I
reach
would go
the
with
most
hassle
buyers.
as number one.
That's the thing.
And money.
How do you do it?
Yeah.
For sale by owners, obviously the psychology behind it is they don't want to pay out any more money. And usually a for sale by owner has the psychology of a large ego, and they believe that they can sell the property on their own because they watched someone else sell the property, and it doesn't look very complicated. Latoya?
So isn't it our job to school them, let me know, so I don't know everything?
So you know what I'm training on tomorrow.
Like, as you're saying, John already said it, he's like talking about something else.
Mostly though, a for sale by owner has to work a regular job as well, so that's 8 to 5, so that means from 5 to, 10 is the only time they can really market, put time into their home, try and sell their home.
Actually, it's only on the weekends, that's why. They only try to sell that. They don't try to sell it during the week.
Is really the biggest thing.
Unless someone
So
calls
the
it.
biggest setback for that is overcoming the fact that they don't have the time, probably the energy, or the money to put everything into correctly marketing their home. to get it
You
sold.
see Ryan's comment?
Because all for sale by owners want to do is sell their home. They don't object to anything besides the fact that they don't want their ego to be ruined when we tell them they can't do it themselves. So we have plenty of verbal advantages and a poll behind me that I ran into, that we can let them know why it's easier, hassle-free, and ultimately can net them more money working with a top professional.
Yeah, so one of the biggest things that I would take from that, what is the biggest thing for sale by owner, is the hassle of marketing the property itself, which it's our job to create one
Awkward,
urgency.
question mark.
That we can make possibly more money, but we won't really talk about money. But also the value behind using our service, because we're not here for the agents. We're here for the
Who
sell.
cheated? What did he talk
No, cause I answered it so quick, he said he sits right next to you.
The problem with the training and finding somebody that has no, that's newer, I'm confused as hell right now.
Right now, you wanna quit.
Yeah, you guys, they just confuse the hell out of me.
Utilizing the effective time.
Would you guys agree?
Define
Like, if you're the person right now,
motivation
you have no idea what's
and
going on.
timeframe of the SPSL.
Really taken down.
Yeah.
I mean, the conversation still is
Alright, so
okay,
we're
you know,
gonna be
it just seems to be a little more focused.
But the training is not
If
streamlined.
I hear anybody,
I think it worked better when they did the SDS training in the back and the ISA training in the front, cause it was a little bit smaller of a group, so there was more
we're gonna
focus.
keep going, and going, and going, and going, until you.
Isn't that what you
become
just
a
said,
pro.
split them,
And that's the way.
split them up, didn't I just say that?
Okay.
I didn't hear you.
Oh.
Mike, do you have anything else?
Don't care.
Sorry. If he acknowledges that, he can't take credit.
That's true.
Why doesn't, for sale by owner just put their property on the MLS?
Good question. But you can't. No, you can't, you have to be licensed.
I'll be completely honest, they think they know more than anybody else. So they feel like they have the ability to put a sign in the front yard, they need people to still walk over. And go full price deal. I mean, how many times have you been on the phone and for sale by owner, so, well, I already know how it works, I already know I'm gonna get full price, people are already talking to town about my house. All the time. All the time. It's just because they don't understand the way it actually works. Does that make sense?
They really don't understand what an agent does.
I have a question.
Yes.
So yesterday, I never had this since I've been here. You know how you talked in the script about the high demand for homes and it's like the inventory crisis and this and that, right? Well, the seller said, well, why would I sell this home if there's inventory crisis? How am I gonna find a new home? And I'm like, and I
That's the
talked to
first
them
time
about it,
she's
they're like,
had
yeah, we're looking at it.
I call it every 5 minutes.
It's like every,
Day in Denver.
That's the greatest part about working with our program. Not only is our agent specialist in getting your property sold for the right amount of money, but they also have a huge inventory of properties that they can show you at the same time. So let me get them on the phone for you and see if they have a better way of getting the job done.
And that's kinda condescending when you
I
just
did,
said
I
that
did
it's
try
an
that.
inventory
So
market.
he said, well, I've done stuff with different agents, they're all sending me their listings and their pictures, but as soon as I put a bid on it, it sells quickly, like money easily. And they take someone else's offer over mine before we can go back and forth. So it was more or less, they were so scared that our agent and no agent would be able to find their house. So they didn't even want it, like, I was trying to think of a really good tie down to get to break that, you know what I'm saying?
that's when you need to move into an agent. Agent can tell them how to do it.
Yep.
Let's get you non-contingent first, and your offers won't be rejected.
It's like, this, it's like, yeah, and that's a legitimate concern, and I think that when we meet the agent, you can go over that with
Yeah.
them.
And they can
And
explain to
and
you
they
the
can explain
process.
you the process and how they can help you find a home.
Right.
That's it.
And you won't lose it.
You won't,
I
yeah.
can tell you that what they could do is they could sell their house contingent on finding a new house. I know this from recent experience. You can accept the
I'm
offer
talking
on your
real
house
estate now.
contingent upon finding a new place, and then you're ready to go and find a new place. But they're right, if they need to sell that house to get a new house, then they're not gonna be able to do that until they get an offer on their house. So they need to list their house first in order to get the offer, in order to be able to place an offer.
Yeah.
Or they need to be lucky enough to have a neighbor who comes over and cuts them a check when they start cleaning their house out like that.
I got a quick question. When a for sale by owner does, I get this, when they say, oh, I'm getting a lot of traffic and I'm getting offers, you know, I don't need any help because I'm gonna sell this above my asking price. It's, you know, what do I come back with them when they say, I'm gonna sell this above my asking price? I'm getting a lot of.
What's your plan B when it doesn't sell?
Or have you seen any direct offers?
The other thing too is, yeah, if you can sell it above your asking price, chances are you don't know what you'd be able to get for it with the right amount of marketing. So, yeah, great, you can get more than your asking price, but maybe you're still losing money or leaving money on the table, and an agent will be able to come in, assess it for fair market value, and tell you what they would list it at, and then maybe they get above asking price. So it's a matter of like, yeah, you can get more than what you think you're gonna get, but what if there's still more to get? wouldn't you wanna know about that?
How do you guys handle those guys? Oh, I can't say that. Make me How do you guys handle?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a paper towel.
I understand enough of that. I basically said, oh, you move, oh,
Right,
great.
that's what I'm.
So how's it going for you? Well, we just, a couple people came around, kicked the tire, oh, they kicked the tires on. Yeah, I talk to people like that every day, and basically, we get a lot of folks that potentially, you're not, so, listen, here's what I'm calling. And I get right out of it. I agree with them and say, hey, wow, cool, acknowledging the fact that they're trying to sell the house, and I get right back into it. Okay? I stroke their ego, say, yeah, I understand it, so, and then I get right back into it, then I basically, and after that, it goes, it looks like a beautiful property, and you're already trying to make me move, so now, if you had a decent offer and a decent time frame, go for, I go stuff like that.
As an SDS, if somebody gives you that in to make me move,
Yeah.
make me move, perfect, hold on 1 second, let me get my regional specialist on the phone to show you how we're gonna get that job done for you.
It's like a
1
slam
second,
dunk.
boom, stop talking, because the more you over talk, you're gonna lose the appointment.
Yeah.
Less is more. Don't ask, tell, okay? Last one.
Just to piggyback off the main was when Ron would come up here and meet with us, he would say, like, don't beat around the bush about it, just be like, I understand you're doing to make me move, but is there any true motivational factors for wanting to post your information up on Zillow and get bombarded with all these phone calls? And they'll tell you straight off the bat when you actually be blunt about it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's where it goes into getting an effective tax. You're paying motivation, right? Okay, cool.
Good girl.
Awesome. All right, so listen to, our goal today is 300 PBLs and 150 appointments. I think we can do that, right?
Today?
Can we do that? All right.
We'll get 100 right out of here.
Oh, wait a minute, wait.
When y'all get back to your computers, log on to Workplace, please. Isaiah's about to go live on there to talk to you guys.
Okay, Ms. Monday has one announcement as well.
No more PGLs on the board, it's all live transfers.
So we're not going by total PBLs anymore?
No, people are putting in fake PBLs.
Oh,
Really?
kidding me?
So live transfers are the only thing that count towards numbers now, or?
Not yet, we're working towards it,
Okay.
so.
Yeah, but so many could be live transfers, more so than before.
Well, because sometimes it's the only thing that's tough with only having one ISA is like, if he's on a good call, I'm not gonna like jeopardize his call.
Yeah.
And like, yesterday I had 10 PBLs, right? 7 of them were live transfers. 2 out of those 3 that weren't live transfers, he called within, what, a half an hour or so? So they were like, almost live transfers, like I could have live transferred them, I just didn't have the ability to.
What do you mean you're not gonna jeopardize?
Really wanna go there
I'm
right now?
just kidding about the one.
So you set up appointments or no? You set up appointments?
For Dream Team only.
No, but what I'm saying is.
Oh, are you
set
talking
up
about like
appointments for
PBL appointments?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I usually ask them like afternoon or morning, and like, what's a good time to have Mark call back, but like, if I know I could have live transferred him, and I know Mark's just like on a call finishing up, I'll be like, normally I'd just introduce you to him right now, can I have him call you as soon as he's done with his conference call? And they'll be like, yeah, sure, I'll be like, cool, he'll probably call you in like 10, 15 minutes, you know? And then as soon as he gets off that call, he'll call them right back.
Okay.
Do you say he's on the phone with another homeowner right now?
I usually don't go that far, I usually just say he's on a conference call.
That's interesting. Maybe try homeowners.
Yes, because he's already talking to, helping another homeowner, he's gonna help you next, you know?
I like the language of how he's helping the homeowner right now.
I just didn't wanna, you know.
No, it's fine.
I like the soft. Not a lot,
I like the soft
too, I
language.
just-
I was throwing out ideas.
Yeah.
No, I like it too, I was just doing what they told us at the other office, we were always supposed to say.
We're always
conference call.
improving, we're always changing,
Yeah.
we're like a chameleon here.
So, what's your guys' feedback on that training, so?
A few things. some of them, I didn't really like the verbiage, like when, like what you said when Sam was talking about like actual real estate stuff and working with the MLS, like I usually try to stay away from all that kind of talk, because I don't wanna get the agent in trouble. The one kid kept bringing up the person's job that he didn't get, and that's a negative motivation, like you don't talk about the job you didn't get, apologize, I'm sorry to hear about that. If you were still able to get the right price for this home, is there any condition where you would still like to move? You know, and get them talking about moving again versus why they didn't before. And then sometimes some of them get a little too salesy and they talk really quick, and the one guy called them out on it. You know, you don't wanna sound too salesy, cause then they just think you're selling them something, and it's like a trigger, like I have that trigger too, I will hang up on someone in 3 seconds. That's just what I took away from it.
Good. How about you guys?
I would have, the one that John talked about, with the gentleman that lost his job. We're talking a millennial there.
Yeah.
Who's looking for a job on YouTube, that kid's got all kinds of opportunity. I definitely wanna go, in the same thing that we talked about, going after their, you know, their future more. And I feel like that's adding to the, and it's hard to do in a role play, but most of this stuff, to me, needs to be more relationship based. We are too, like John said, we're a little too salesy, we're a little too like pound for the appointment, rather than, hey, let's kick back and really have a conversation about your life and see how that pertains to selling your home. You know, like, and it's really tough to duplicate in a role play, you know?
Because when you're getting someone that actually has a real motivation for selling, like not just a pounded in appointment that they don't even wanna go on, like, when you get like a real solid appointment where they wanna go and talk to this person, there's a way better chance that they're gonna list the property. I mean, sometimes I over talk a little bit on the SDS call when I get it to Mark, but usually by the time Mark talks to him, like, I mean, what was it, 7 out of the 8 live transfers I gave you were appointments? You know?
Yesterday?
Yeah, something like that, right?
No, cause I had 3 cold calls yesterday.
So 5, okay, 5 out of 7. So, but, same, you know what I mean, like.
What you mean?
Yeah, I mean, it is good,
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
yeah.
3 of them were cold calls. You never know, like, you know, like, we definitely had 2 or 3 yesterday that were like, I got on the phone with them and they went nowhere. So what I'm saying is like, you always ask me like, what did I do wrong on that? Like, nothing, you know what I mean? Because you don't know always where that conversation is gonna go, you know?
Right.
The fact that you get them to transfer me is the important thing. A couple of those things came out that just didn't come out in your conversation yesterday. So the important thing is that you're developing that into, yeah, they're open to talking. I might find out that, you know, like yesterday, that one had an agent that was in their family that they didn't mention to you. The other one had, was already doing a flat fee, I think. There was a couple in there that we lost for reasons that you wouldn't, would have always pulled out of them, you know? So the important thing is that you are setting it up right, you know? And the ones that go south, they go south for reasons that don't come up in that first couple minute conversation.
No, I just mean like if everybody else was having more of those in-depth conversations, like I think we'd be getting as a company more listings.
Yeah.
Like if they were going a little bit more in-depth personally versus just hammering in appointments. I mean, I could set 20 PBLs in a day and half of them would be garbage because they're just like, oh, you wanna sell your house? Cool, great, I'm gonna get my regional specialist on the line. Like, to me, that's just like, I don't know. I have a thing about PBLs where like, I like to measure minor quality versus quantity.
I agree, in the same way as John, we spoke about that a lot.
That's the other option.
Getting actually true motivation, not just, oh, you wanna sell your house, you have a hard time with an agent. I had a lady yesterday, she told me an agent came to her house and almost beat her.
Beat her?
So we beat her, yeah, for some reason, he went in and had, her house, invited some chicks over, left her stove on one time. After that, we really got into it, because, you know, it got really deep. We talked about why she actually wanted to move, and all that, so.
That's a little weird.
Yeah, it was.
And that's something I've never heard of.
I just like, I've heard some TPLs over there and listened to some calls, and they'll be like, oh, what- you know, it's a beautiful property, what made you wanna sell it? Oh, I'm just trying to get the right price. Okay, if you could get the right price, you wanna know about that, right? Okay, and then they get them over, and then they talk to the ISA, and then they just, like, it goes nowhere, cause there was no real motivation or real dialogue there.
Or something.
I don't know. They're trying to sell their house, there's motivation somewhere.
Look it up.
Why they even bother? Cause it is a pain to let strangers in your house.
Our best live transfer, and the ones that I hear when I'm on the phone with the agent, I'll listen to the call. So after I transfer them, I stay on the phone, and while I'm doing notes, I'll actually listen to what the agent's talking about on the phone. And typically our best ones end up being when we've developed enough of a relationship with that homeowner before they get off the phone with the agent, is like, they might press the agent a little bit in the beginning, like, why did I get, I think we've had a couple of those where they're like, you know, why is this, you know, I get transferred from John to Mark, but the really good ones are the ones where they're like, John was really helpful talking to me about, and then Mark, and then, like they actually enjoy the process. And there's very few that get annoyed with the double transfer. And then there's a couple that actually bring it up with the agent more often than the ones that don't like it. That remember, like the beginning of the conversation starting with you, and, you know, John started talking to me about this, then Mark talked to me about this, and now I'm talking with you. You know, and that's where we're building the right relationships in those types of phone calls, you know.
All right, good stuff, guys. All right, so, I think my takeaway from all this is that there's a balance between keeping it conversational, but also knowing when to go for the appointment. That's what I was hearing. And I think it's really good error on the side of finding true motivation and building that relationship for sure. It's a bit better error on that side of things for sure.
Right.
Then also just be a little careful. Right? A little careful we don't overtalk it. But all right, let's so the team firm, I don't know why they call themselves. I don't know why I don't know that name. I have no idea.
The movie.
But, oh, the movie, the firm. Okay, so we're trying to average about 40 appointments a day, so 36 at the worst case. So what that basically comes down to is each SDS shoot for somewhere between 4 to 5 live transfers a day, and then an AE getting 6 or 7 appointments a day. So counting on 3 or 4 of them come from the SDS, and then to get a couple on their own, pretty much is what we're trying to average out. Okay. To answer your question about the live transfers, if we ever did do that, the weekly goal would go down.
Right, of course.
Yeah, weekly goal would go down.
No, I just meant more like, cause some people over on the other floor, like they have 3 ISAs that they can transfer to if they're available, like I only have Mark.
Right.
So sometimes my live transfer count might be lower than it could have been, so like, if I have the ability to live transfer them, so Mark's unavailable, would you guys prefer me to pitch the live transfer, dial, get his voicemail, and then set the appointment and have that count as a failed live transfer? Or would you rather me just say he can call you as soon as he's done?
What do you think's best?
I've had more luck with the can he call you back right after the conference call, because it shows that he's working, it shows that he's helping people. I like that verbiage that you said. It just, those ones suck when they don't count as a live transfer in your numbers, you know?
Yep.
Like, I could have had 6 or 7 more last week.
Right.
That could have been live transfers, I just didn't have that ability to get it off to someone.
Okay. Let's think through that, but I think if you want to do that for now.
Yeah.
That sounds good to me.
If you're doing something for the region here, if Mark's busy, can he live transfer right to the agent?
Well, yeah, I started setting appointments for the agent on Dream Team, but that's the only one I'm allowed to do.
Right.
I just meant for like the other clients where I can't do that.
That's what you call.
Yeah, cause we have like 11 clients in that Dream Team.
Okay.
Well, how about this, just as long as you're okay with it, Mark, because it'll still count towards your numbers too, it doesn't matter to me. If he's caught up, just as an experiment, why don't you, I trust you enough to live transfer right to the agent, if you wanna try it.
So that's up to him.
Doesn't matter to me, like, still gonna.
I'm fine with it, because I want the most, my thing is, I want the most value in the conversation. And to me, when I'm not able to get, like, I'm stuck, like, when I do a live transfer and if the agent doesn't pick up, I can't ask for that to be counted in my numbers as a failed live transfer, which happens a lot. Because that live transfer has no value in it, because it didn't connect. The live transfer connecting is the value, right?
Yep.
So,
That's right.
John and I talked about this, where I get that you want it like counted in your numbers, but what is important about that is, if you get it to the agent, there's your value.
Yep.
You know,
Right.
like, so there's nothing wrong
Yeah,
with
no,
that.
I mean, I
That-
prefer the live transfer to the agent.
Right,
if I
and there's a
can.
dollar amount that you can attach to that live transfer,
Right.
you know, it's just counting it.
No,
counting the
I
live
get that, I
transfer is
just meant
definitely-
like, if we went to a system where like live transfers were like the format, like I was just saying, like I'm at a disadvantage only having one ISA to live T2.
No, you are, I
you know,
totally agree.
Versus other people
Right.
having three, that's all
It's the
I'm.
same situation with me, like, when I try to only have that one agent
Right.
in any, and if they don't pick up, like, yeah, I'm back. Hey, you know, I'll give you a call this afternoon, that one's working, you know, so the point is, we put the value in the actual connection.
Right.
Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I know.
And
Let's try it. See how it goes.
I'm okay with it, like I said, it was just up to him, because they're his clients and, you know.
yeah, I'm fine with it, I mean, it's gonna be on a client by client basis, remember, we have to remember Xander doesn't like live transfers.
Right.
Sandra's is, you know, she needs everything planned out, you know, like it's.
And as you're here a little bit longer, we'll just play it week by week. We'll talk about doing the same thing too, so if you're running the pressure season available or whatever.
Yeah, it's just, for now, I'm just, like I did yesterday, so if I fail live transfer, she's on the phone, just, have her call you back right after the phone call.
Awesome.
So that's what I'm doing now.
Good. How'd your day go yesterday?
Good, pretty good. Really good quality PBLs, like John always said, have quality PBLs for just have the most opportunity, you know?
All right, awesome, guys. Have a good
Do
day.
you- Do you want me to set appointments for her live transfers until she gets in?
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate
Cause
it.
I know most of her agents, like, we worked on the same agent as her.
Enjoy, guys.
Did you call Dave this morning?
Who?
Did you call Dave?
No. No,
Figured you guys planned that.
it's Wednesday, training day, orange shirt.
Orange power.